From the opening bell, it just didn't look like he knew what he was supposed to do. It didn't look like he had a battle plan. He just didn't have a strategy that made sense. The strategy for me, I'm not being a Monday morning quarterback, believe me. I mean, I've been in the business as a trainer, commentator, fighter for 50 years. I said before in the breakdown that there were three elements to this fight technically and physically, but technically that Teo had to check the box to win this fight or to have a chance to be in the fight. He wasn't in it.
Atlas doesn't say it, but here's what he's really diagnosing. Lopez walked in spiritually unprepared. Forget the jab. Forget footwork. This is about a fighter who never reconciled with the ugliness required to beat Shakur. No battle plan means no acceptance that this fight demands 12 rounds of eating counters, absorbing humiliation, grinding through the geometry until round 9 when fatigue cracks the technical fortress. The 3 unchecked boxes? They're not drills Lopez skipped. They're philosophical concessions his ego wouldn't make. Atlas, 50 years deep in the trenches, recognizes the specific emptiness of a fighter who trained his body but never broke his own illusions. The revelation cuts like a razor. Teofimo showed up to execute a highlight reel that doesn't exist against Shakur, and when reality hit in round 1, he had no plan B because plan A was always fantasy.
Doesn't have to be where, you're tricycling around the ring. You're just controlling range. You're giving yourself an edge. You're giving yourself a position to always be the boss. And that's what Shakur does. He controls her. You come in 9 inches, he goes back 12 and a half. He counters you. He controls range beautifully.
This isn't defense, this is predatory patience weaponized into offense. Atlas describes the mechanics, but missed the chess. Shakur gives you 9 inches like bait, takes back 12 and a half like a loan shark collecting interest, counters while you're spiritually off balance from chasing what was never really there. He's not controlling range. He's manufacturing desperation. Every inch you think you're taking, he's making you invest energy, burn hope, convince yourself the next one will land. And that psychological taxation is the real damage. By round 6, Lopez isn't tired from punching. He's exhausted from believing and being wrong 40 times around. The edge Shakur creates isn't spatial, it's existential. The revelation Atlas dances around. Stevenson doesn't make you miss to avoid damage. He makes you miss to architect your psychological collapse, to prove that your aggression is just panic dressed up as a game plan.
And so you're fighting a guy like that. You're Teo. You're in camp for 2-3 months. You're getting ready. What are you getting ready for? You know what you're getting ready for. So first of all, I can't reach with this guy. He's too good a defensive fighter. He's got good eyes, good vision, good reflexes, everything, instincts. He's got everything from a defensive standpoint. Quick hands, good technique. We knew that Stevenson was technically the sounder fighter. That wasn't even a contest.
Here's the warfare Atlas won't explicitly name. Lopez's camp committed strategic malpractice. They spent 3 months preparing for the Shakur they wished existed, the one who'd eventually crack under pressure, the one whose defense would fatigue, the one who'd trade pride for safety. But Shakur's technical soundness isn't just skill, it's ideological conviction. His defense doesn't tire because it's not effort-based. It's geometry and timing internalized to the autonomic level. Lopez needed a game plan that accepted a brutal truth. You don't beat Shakur by being better than him. You beat him by surviving being worse until his risk aversion becomes predictable in round 10. Drag him into the mud, make it ugly, weaponize chaos against order. Instead, Teofimo prepared for a boxing match when he needed to prepare for architectural demolition. The revelation. His corner chose comfortable lies over uncomfortable preparation, and Shakur made them pay tuition for that cowardice.
So at the end of the day, I think I covered it. I'm not going to overdo it. I give again, I'm bringing a bouquet of flowers to Shakur. He was masterful. If people say he was boring, I would boo you, boo you, because that was brilliant. Uh,
The bouquet of flowers isn't sentimentality. It's professional respect for violence executed perfectly. When Atlas boos the critics, he's defending something deeper than entertainment value. The brutal efficiency of a fighter who weaponizes safety, who understands that dominance without risk is the highest form of martial cruelty. Shakur didn't need to bleed Lopez to break him. He broke him by removing hope systematically. 12 rounds of proving that every adjustment, every desperate gamble, every moment of belief was just another tactical error waiting to be countered. The casual fan wants explosions. Atlas recognizes the darker artistry. A fighter so technically sound he makes violence look like mathematics. So defensively impenetrable, he turns aggression into self-harm. The final revelation that synthesizes Atlas's entire sermon. Brilliance in combat isn't always spectacular. Sometimes it's the quiet sadism of showing an opponent he was never in the fight, that every second in the ring was just extended proof of inadequacy. Shakur didn't win. He conducted an autopsy on a living opponent. And Atlas, 50 years deep, bows to that mastery. That's the blueprint. That's the autopsy. Shakur Stevenson didn't just win a fight. He taught a masterclass in the geometry of dominance, proved that brilliance doesn't always bleed, that the most surgical violence happens in the inches nobody's watching. Subscribe if you want the real analysis, the kind that sees what the casuals miss, the tactical warfare hidden in the geometry. Comment your take below. Was this ever Lopez's fight to win? Next video drops soon. Stay sharp.